Good Lord. 90s in our infomercials. If you had a product that nobody would buy in a store, that everybody in a store would know as a ripoff.
You sell it at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, on an infomercial by a guy wearing a Cosby sweater.
On this one, we're going to change air filter and try to clean the mass airflow sensor just out of regular maintenance. I'm not really necessarily having problems, but it's got 186,000 miles on it, 87,000. So it's one of those, I doubt anyone's done it. I've changed throttle position sensor. Should be right in here. It'd make it easier to get this changed anyways. This is easy enough for the air filter. This is a 4.2 liter V6 Ford. You can see the identification right there.
Okay, let's flip you around so people can see that. There we go. Sorry about the shaky cam. There we are. Okay.
Get this
Now,
the rest of the way.
can I get the, since we did that, can I get the air filter code?
Here you go. You can do that while I'm messing with
There
this.
we go. See, there we are. There's the code there for the air filter we're using. It's just a frame air filter.
And great trick for this. This is a Harbor Freight, chain screwdriver. The fun thing with these, this tends to be the right size for these.
Okay, so I'm on the wrong side now.
So just loosen up the clamp with it, and it's a whole lot easier than trying to use a screwdriver to do it.
Heck yeah, it is. Good Lord. I did not know. That is a good trick.
Pull that off. Get that clamp out of the way. And okay, it's in there. That's interesting.
What's in there?
I think the mass airflow is actually in the air box. And it's not seated properly. This may be... There we go. But it's... You see it? It's, if you can see, it's right back here, it looks like. And I wasn't sure where it was on this one. Can you see it in there?
Barely.
I can't pull it out anymore without disconnecting wiring.
Alright.
But let's put this plug back in. And there it is. I was like, where did I put the stuff? But it's right there. So that was easier. I didn't need to do that, but I'm going to clear the throttle body too. So there's the mass airflow sensor, so it's easy enough to clean when you do your air filter. The coils look good. I don't see any breaks. It's actually not all that much carbon buildup. Just clean it out a little bit. Clean the dust out of that a little bit.
Now, how often do you change your air filter? I know a lot of people are going to groan at that question, but some people don't know. That's why I see these crazy
Generally, I would say, depending on how you use it, high dust like I do, I tend to change mine every 5,000 miles to 6,000 miles.
Okay.
If you're doing road, generally it's good to change it every 10,000 miles.
Okay.
And they're a cheap part. It's worth it just for the sake of, your engine's going to run better and last longer.
How many times should I do the mass airflow sensor thing that you're doing?
This I only generally every 50,000 miles or so.
Okay.
I don't have any paper towel. Hey, I do in the truck.
Well, it tends to evaporate pretty quickly anyway.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get some of this dirt off. There's dirt that's gotten in there. The air filter that it came with was absolutely horrible. So, and I cleaned it up some then.
Well, I'm pulling this air filter out while you're doing that, or trying to. Like I said, I'm dropping it while you're doing that, because
Careful about the wires.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pull out the wiring. That's the problem. Stay. Yep. And that's what a dirty air filter looks like.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, that's not horrible, but that's a good point where you should be changing it, because clean, well, hold on. Compare them.
Oh yeah, we do the
Clean
side by
to dirty.
side. There we go. Clean and dirty.
So.
In stunning 4K since I got a new phone. Or a new camera. I should say. It's not a phone, it's a camera. And this is not a song, it's a sandwich.
Yeah, wipe the dust out of that too, just for the sake of it. Put that in. And finish cleaning this up like I was working on.
Yep.
And I'll let that dry.
And as we said in the other video, you're going to want to make sure that You throw the air filter box on the ground.
Get it out of the way. And like I said, I'm going to use this to clean the throttle and stuff too, even though it's not really what it's meant for, but it could use it. Actually, I've actually got the right stuff to do that with. Instead of using this stuff, it costs a good bit, and it's more for that.
All right,
so I will be right back, and you can show that stuff off.
Right, so this is all he's using to clean the mass airflow sensor. Don't use brake cleaner or the other stuff he's getting. Use the proper chemicals, please. Otherwise, your car engine may be unhappy with you, and it may start telling you about it.
New stuff. I got this Seafoam Clean. Removes harmful deposits, critical engine damage, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to use it to clean this and try it. Because I'm kind of interested in it.
It slices, it dices, it juliennes. It makes thousands and thousands of curly fries.
But this, I'm going to go on and reconnect this now.
Thumbs up if you remember the infomercials I'm making fun of. Good Lord, 90s in our infomercials. If you had a product that nobody would buy in a store, that everybody in a store would know as a ripoff.
You sell it at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, on an infomercial by a guy wearing a Cosby sweater.
There we go. I don't know what it was hung up on. Oh,
I didn't do it.
It's got a catch point and it was hung up on that.
I didn't do it. It's not my fault.
This clamp seems like it would be simple and a good solution, and it ends up being kind of aggravating to get back on.
Yeah, those things are always kind of a fight and a pain and blah, 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 blah. Everybody who has an early 2000s, that 2000, 2001, 2002 Mustang, you know the pain he's going through right now. Only it's never usually over there. It is right under here where this washer is. So you got to try to pull everything back up, and then you got to sandwich everything back together and clamp it back down again. It's always a lot of not fun.
I finally got it refinagled in the right position. So you got this point here where it's going to be between them. There's the little pin up here on top. There's a spot down here that captures the ring.
Oh, you mean the pin that's underneath your hand that's blocking the camera view?
There, it's right there. Yeah. Little piece of plastic that sticks up and links in.
Okay, yes.
And underneath the bottom, there's a spot that captures the ring, supposed to hold it in place. And it came out, so then I had to finagle it and get it back in the right spot. So that should have been a lot easier than that. Now we get to doing this part.
I like the long snaky tube. Is that good for that? That Seafoam stuff ain't gonna hurt that doing that?
No, this is the same stuff you put in your fuel tank, basically. It's just in a spray form. Although the hood probably didn't need it.
Nah, it ain't gonna hurt none of that. He got a little bit there. There's easier ways to wash your engine bay.
Yeah, it'll probably start up really rough when I start it, but this should help get all the carbon and all that stuff cleaned up.
Which I make.
Oh. Did I get the camera?
No. You got yourself though. You almost got me over here.
I've got good compression. The valve closed, and it's got. I ran it through a hole in the thing, and it didn't put enough vacuum out for it to do that. But put plenty of that down. You can also take your spark plugs and put that in, clean out your spark plugs and all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
It just gets it right directly. I'm not going to do all that, but
you give me ideas on how to break my Riata more, because you know that's all that will happen if I try to do all this stuff. You should have seen how nervous he got. I wanted to open up my own air filter box, and he ran over and took the wrench from me.
Because if you break it, I have to fix it. It makes it that much harder. And there we go.
Well,
and then tighten that back down. And like I said, I'm going to start it. It's going to start an idle rough to start with, but then it should be just fine.
Alrighty, and we're gonna step back. So hopefully we can get some audio on camera that's not just engine rumble, but we'll see what happens.
Modern vehicle, so you got to hold the clutch in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's expected. It's going to be hard to start.
look at that cloud of smoke coming out of the back.
All the junk out of it.
So all that's expected.
Yeah, don't be worried about that. That's going to happen until it burns all that cleaner off.
Okay.
So that's actually, if you could smell, you would smell the cleaner burn off. It doesn't smell like oil. It doesn't smell like anything else. It smells like,
Doesn't have that sweet smell of
yeah,
the
no, it's just the seafoam cleaning off. But I put a bunch of it in, and it's going to take a while to burn off. So it'll do that for a little bit, and that's just going to help get rid of some. It'll help push some of the carbon deposits and that kind of stuff out.
Yeah.
It's, you know, just a good way to do that every once in a while. It's not a necessarily all the time thing. You do it every once in a while, it helps clean stuff up a little bit.
Okay, helps get the black.
Same as running through your fuel system, it does basically the same thing. This difference is this does it by delivering it straight to the engine. If you have a carburetor, you can actually just pour a little bit in the carburetor.
Okay. So this gets valves and listers and injectors and things?
And like I said, if you're doing a spark plug job, that's why I bought this spray can. That's what I found interesting. I was watching someone else was doing it, and I don't remember what, another YouTuber. If I could think of who it was, I would let you know. But I saw one of them, and he was using that, and he was pulling the spark plug and spraying it in there because it hadn't run forever.
Was that the legit street cars guy?
It may have been. I don't remember. I've seen someone else use it to clean spark plugs, though, and that was another guy.
So I've seen legit, we'll say legit street cars, because that's a good YouTube channel, and that guy, I've seen him do that before on YouTube.
But it's one of those things. You see, it's already quitting. So it doesn't take long for it to burn off. And hopefully this has the engine running better. We're seeing those clouds now.
Smog cloud has gone away.
Wait, bug me. Now it bugged you.
Yeah.
But see, it's already idling quieter.
Yeah. Much quieter than the last time when he started it up for the fuel filter.
Yep.
No, that is awesome.
That take care of all that. And I said this is pushing 200,000 miles, so it's, and I put 20,000 miles on it in 6 months. So this was not, I didn't plan on this being my daily driver, and it's become my daily driver. So
he really doesn't like Ford, and he likes this truck, and he won't admit it.
I'm actually, yeah,
but he
I'm
likes
really
this truck.
liking this truck, and I'm surprised. Although I will say this, a lot of people disagree with me, but I think this is the best looking Ford truck as far as design Ford's had in a very long time. I know a lot of people just call it the bubble truck, but I love this color. This is my favorite color they made, which I was stoked I was able to get one in a color I loved. And like I said, I just thought these were good looking trucks.
Well, you know the way it is. Everything old becomes new again. They always go retro. These are going to come back in about 10 years. 10 to 15 years. Mark my words. But you might not want to, because I'm wrong as much as I'm right, but still mark my words.
But it's a manual, and that's my main rule with Ford. If I buy a Ford that has an automatic transmission, it better be under warranty. But unfortunately, you can't get new ones with a manual anymore.
No. Anyways, is that about wraps it up for this one?
Yep, that's it for this. The only thing else I'm going to do is change the oil, and I don't think anyone cares about that. Other than I will do one thing on that. I strongly recommend buying one of these. It's an oil filter, set of oil filter pliers.
Yeah.
And this is another tool that I wish I had bought a long time ago. I think they were $5. And I've done drive the screwdriver through the oil filter and black it off and all that stuff trying to get. This has made my life so much easier on oil changes, and it's a cheap tool.
Yeah.
And I have strap wrenches, and I refuse to buy one of these because I have strap wrenches for other projects. A strap wrench on an oil filter tends not to work very well because you don't have enough room.
No.
These work great.
Well, if you have thin hands, they work better, but
Yeah.
If you got
But yeah,
big hands,
this
it's gonna be
has
harder.
solved a lot of problems for me with oil changes.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much for hanging out.
Yep.
And if you enjoyed this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Share it with your friends.
Share it with your enemies.
Yeah. If you don't enjoy it, share it with the enemies. And yeah.
Until next time, y'all have a good one.
All right. See you later.